At first, I thought the daily fines were a mistake. It started with a yellow notice taped to my mailbox. $50 for improper trash can placement. I moved the can exactly where the HOA handbook showed. The next morning, another notice. This time, $75 for unsightly exterior. Nothing had changed. My house looked the same as it had for years. That's when Karen, the HOA board president, showed up. She stood on my driveway with a clipboard and a smug smile, explaining that fines would continue daily until I learned compliance. When I asked what I was violating, she waved vaguely at my home and said, "Multiple issues, no specifics, just power." Within 2 weeks, the fines stacked up to over $200. Neighbors whispered that she'd done this before, targeting people she didn't like, forcing them to pay just to make the problem disappear. I decided not to pay a single dollar. Instead, I started documenting every fine notice, every email, every vague accusation. I requested formal violation descriptions. She ignored them. Then I noticed something interesting. The HOA office itself looked off, cracked steps, no visible fire exit signage, and the office was technically operating out of a converted residential unit. So I made one call to the city. A week later, a city inspector arrived unannounced. Karen tried to block him at the door, insisting the HOA was private property. He calmly explained that code enforcement doesn't care about HOA authority. While he inspected, I watched Karen's confidence drain. The office had no occupancy permit, no ADA access, electrical wiring that hadn't been inspected in over a decade. Even worse, the HOA had been issuing fines from an address not legally zoned for business use. 2 days later, I received my final notice, this time from the city. The HOA office was ordered to cease operations immediately until violations were corrected. All fines issued during illegal operation were deemed unenforceable, including mine. Karen avoided eye contact after that. The daily fines stopped. My account balance was reset to 0, and a month later, she quietly resigned from the board. Turns out, when you abuse power long enough, someone eventually checks your paperwork, and sometimes that's all it takes to shut the whole thing down.